Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Golden Bachelorette, Charles L. shares his top 2 choices for Joan. The first season of The Golden Bachelorette is rapidly coming to a conclusion. Will Joan Vassos find the second great love of her life? Fans will have to tune in to find out. But her former suitor, Charles Ling, revealed his top 2 choices for her. Golden Bachelorette fans adore Charles Ling. Mark Anderson was supposed to be the fan favorite of the Golden Bachelorette. Viewers already met him when Kelsey Anderson brought Joey Day home to meet her family on The Golden Bachelor. Mark is now Joey's future father-in-law. While Mark has many fans, viewers immediately took a liking to another contestant. Charles Ling charmed viewers with his wholesome attitude. They also felt for him when he struggled to accept his wife's death. He was able to get closure when Guy, a doctor, explained the details of how Charles' wife died. Charles L. connected with viewers, but unfortunately didn't connect with Joan Vassos. He was sent home on the October 9 episode. Mark also failed to find love with Joan and was sent home in last week's episode. Guy is one of the 4 men remaining. He joined Chalk, Jordan, and Pascal as the last 4 suitors. One of them will hopefully get Joan Vassos' final golden rose. Fans gushed over Charles Ling in a recent Reddit thread. One fan wrote, "We need to wrap Charles in bubble wrap and protect this man. He is so precious. He was and still is my favorite person to grace the Golden franchise so far." Another added, "Charles is hands down my very favorite man on the show, possibly any of the shows. He deserves everything he ever wants." A third Redditor wrote, "Charles is the best thing to happen to this franchise ever." His top 2 choices for Joan. Charles Ling recently spoke to Glamour magazine about his time on the show. The Golden Bachelorette alum revealed his reaction to getting eliminated. But during his time in the mansion, he had a unique perspective of Joan's relationship with the other suitors. He told the magazine his prediction for Joan's final 2. The Golden Bachelorette season has been nothing short of heartwarming, emotional, and utterly captivating. As Joan, the stunning and vivacious lead, navigates her journey toward finding love, one man has been a beacon of wisdom and calm. Charles L., a charming contestant whose genuine nature has won over both Joan and viewers alike. With his silver hair, kind eyes, and an air of quiet sophistication, Charles isn't the loudest or most flamboyant, but his words always carry weight. In an exclusive interview, Charles took a reflective moment to share his thoughts on Joan's journey and revealed who he believes would make the best match for her. Though his own path may have taken a different turn, Charles' insights are rooted in his deep admiration for Joan's strength, vulnerability, and spirit. It's not about the chemistry, it's about the compatibility. Charles began with a simple yet profound statement. Joan needs someone who complements her. It's not just about the chemistry, but about the compatibility of their lives, their dreams, and the person they are today. He paused, letting the weight of his words sink in, then continued. At our age, we've lived full lives. We're not just looking for excitement, we're looking for a partner we can grow old with. Someone who's going to hold our hand through the good days and the bad. Someone who's been through their own storms and come out stronger. With that in mind, Charles revealed his top 2 picks for Joan, delving into what makes each man a special contender for her heart. First pick, Michael R., the loyal and grounded companion. Michael R., a retired firefighter with a strong, quiet demeanor, has been a steady presence throughout the show. His understated charm and heartfelt conversations with Joan have not gone unnoticed by the other men, or Charles. "Michael is the kind of man who knows what it means to be committed," Charles said with a nod. "He's spent his life in service to others, and you can see that in the way he treats Joan. He listens to her, really listens. When they're together, there's this ease between them. They don't need to fill the space with empty words. It's peaceful." Charles touched on a poignant moment that resonated with him when Michael opened up to Joan about losing his wife to cancer. That vulnerability is what Joan needs. Michael's not afraid to show his scars, and Joan has her own. I think they could help each other heal, and that's what love should be at our age, healing, not just passion. Charles smiled softly, recalling a time during one of the group dates when Michael had quietly stepped in to help Joan during a particularly emotional moment. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't for the cameras, he was just there for her. That's the kind of man Joan deserves, someone who's going to be there without asking for anything in return. Second pick, David S., the adventurous and thoughtful spirit. While Michael may offer stability, Charles's second choice for Joan couldn't be more different. David S., a globe-trotting entrepreneur with a zest for life, has brought a spark of adventure to Joan's journey, and Charles believes that David's passion for life could be just what Joan needs to reignite her own. David is, well, he's a force of nature, Charles chuckled. He's always got this energy, this sense of excitement, but it's not just about the adventure with him. He's got depth too. When he talks about his life, his travels, you can tell he's learned something from every experience. Charles referenced the night David shared his story about starting his business from scratch after losing everything in a financial downturn. That takes resilience, and Joan is nothing if not resilient herself. David knows what it means to rebuild, to start over, and I think that's something Joan can relate to. But beyond the surface-level excitement, Charles saw a deeper connection between David and Joan. They challenge each other in a way that's healthy. Joan's been through so much, and I think David brings out a side of her that's ready to embrace joy again. They laugh together, and I think sometimes we forget how important that is, especially later in life. Charles smiled, recounting a light-hearted moment when Joan and David had sneaked away from a formal event to dance barefoot in the moonlight. That's the kind of spontaneity that keeps you young. Joan deserves someone who reminds her that it's okay to have fun, even when life's been hard. The final decision, head or heart? As Charles wrapped up his thoughts, he paused for a moment, as if weighing the two men once more in his mind. "You know, I don't envy Joan's decision," he said, his voice soft. Both of these men could make her happy, but in different ways. Michael offers her peace, stability, and a deep sense of companionship. David brings adventure, joy, and a renewed sense of passion. It's not a question of who's better. It's about what Joan needs most in her life right now. Charles, ever the philosopher, leaned back in his chair and added, "If you ask me, it's a battle between the head and the heart. Michael is the head. He's the safe choice, the one who will always be there, steady as a rock. David is the heart. He'll sweep her off her feet and show her a world full of possibilities. But at the end of the day, only Joan knows what she needs." As Joan's journey draws closer to its final chapter, fans everywhere are on the edge of their seats, waiting to see which path she'll choose. Will she go for the quiet, enduring love of Michael, or will she take a leap of faith and dive into the whirlwind of life with David? One thing is certain. Charles L's insight has shed a new light on the intricate dynamics of Joan's relationships, offering a perspective grounded in both experience and empathy. As the Golden Bachelorette inches toward its climactic finale, we can only hope that Joan finds the love she's been searching for, whether it's a steady flame or a blazing fire.